glittering eyes of rage. That's pretty much what it is. So CJ versus Jin Air.
I think I
Game
can
number 2.
easily see Darth Ambition.
Oh yeah, definitely, absolutely. Darth Madlife too. I don't know about space. I don't know how that works. Darth Coco, Shy in space. I don't know if those guys could pull off the whole Sith thing. They could be like TIE fighter pilots, maybe. You know. I could
pretty
picture
lame downgrade.
I could picture. No, it's not. I could picture space flying a TIE bomber and like doing like somersaults and be like, woo, you know. And Shy would fly a TIE interceptor, of course.
Well, there you go.
That's where I'd put them in the Imperial military. Now you know. Rumble and Grog is banned out by CJ, and Alistar banned out so far for Jin Air.
Yeah, Jin Air banning out Alistar on both sides right now, so they don't want to first pick it. I mean, Che wasn't prioritizing it like Sweet was before. He seems to have replaced Sweet on the starting lineup, and Callista will be the ban against Space, of course. So where are we going from here? Is the Rek'Sai going to be banned by CJ one more time? Do they perhaps want to first pick it? I think you just stick with the same bans. The bans weren't the problem for CJ at all.
Yeah, it really was in-game implementation of their strategy that suffered.
So it'll be Sivir instead. They don't want to first pick the Sivir, which means they probably will first pick the Rek'Sai or maybe the Ryze. Again, Ryze surprisingly falling all the way through pick and ban in the last game. It didn't make sense with CJ's composition for them to take it.
I'll see what the final ban is for Jin Air. Would be nice to see Shy on that Ryze again, though, wouldn't it?
It would be fun, and now that the Sivir's gone too, maybe they're gonna actually chance it as a first pick. Hecarim banned. Well, I don't think that's a threat.
Yeah.
Shy really didn't play a very good Hecarim in the last game.
I don't know. I mean, it does leave Maokai open. And do they want to grab that first? Yeah, the Rek'Sai might be a little bit.
The Rek'Sai makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And there we go. So will the Maokai be taken by Trace again? Will he try to repeat his MVP performance on that champion?
The nice thing for Jin Air, too, as well, is that they can wait until the very end for that mid-pick as well.
Yes, they can.
So they can wait for a while to pick Xerath. They don't have to pick Xerath right away.
Oh, God, please don't.
They can pick either Yasuo or Xerath in the very last rotation then.
Coco will play Cassiopeia to bait out GBM's top secret counter pick.
That's right.
It's not really that secret.
Grabbing the Victor early, what do you think about this? He had such a good game on Victor, but is it a little bit risky still?
I think Victor is such a good power pick right now. We've seen players just absolutely go off on that champion, and if they don't, the problem for Jin Air is if they don't take Victor now, Coco will definitely take Victor in the next round of the draft, because he's going to have to blind pick anyway, and it's such a good champion at the moment.
Probably true.
But picking both the solo lanes early. Bold. Very bold from Jin Air, because now they're giving away both counter picks to the blue side. And I mean, we could see Coco play something like Ahri, which has been a popular pick into the Victor. Faker has responded with that Lichbane build into Ahri, so there's been a bit of itemization adaptation from Faker's Victor at the very least to that matchup.
Yeah, true enough. Ahri would be a little bit more solid of a pick as well with Sivir out of the way, so an AD carry that's not able to just spell shield out of your charm.
True.
Or before your charm hits, rather. So I wonder, not going to be the Malzahar.
Could play Fizz.
Yeah. Fizz would work.
Still a flex pick too. I would think that the Fizz would go in the mid lane against the Victor.
And the Nautilus as well, presumably for Madlife, although it could go to the top lane. Very unlikely, but...
They want to put Che on something different. Now, Che may just respond by playing Annie here. That's definitely a big possibility. We could see Chaser play Echo in the jungle.
Yeah.
Also, so that's certainly up for grabs. I like the fact that Madlife's a good Nautilus player, and they're forcing Che out of his comfort zone a little bit because he just has been spamming Nautilus nonstop.
I would think you can just pick Thresh here, though. Is it really that uncomfortable? Che is a very notably good Thresh player.
Well, we'll see what he does. I think that with the current composition, they may just take Annie.
Could be.
For the big engage with Maokai. They would have two Glories then, as well as the possibility of comboing a nice Tibber straight into a Chaos Storm.
I definitely wouldn't mind seeing that jungle Echo, but it looks like it might be the Nidalee again, and this time it's going to be the Janna for Captain Jack.
All right, so this is what I wanted them to pick last game, was the Janna with the Nidalee Victor combo, and this time they're going to take it. So presumably, I would assume we're going to see perhaps a Corki out of Captain Jack last. But we'll wait, and they may just go heavier into the poke composition. Jin Air did a very good job of playing this kind of composition last game, and CJ didn't seem to have answers, so who can blame them for picking it again?
True enough. Now, who do you go with if you're CJ as far as your AD carry goes? Do you go with something really aggressive to try to just overcome the kite, or do you try to pick someone who can poke maybe?
Well, they don't really know what's going on yet. I mean, the rest of their composition really isn't built around poking, and they're lacking engage right now, actually.
Well, they could just go for some skirmishing, I suppose, with the Vayne LeBlanc.
This would definitely turn into a pick comp. After these champions are locked in, they don't really have a lot of power. They don't even have a good 4-1 split with the Vayne, so this is pretty much a pick composition from CJEntus right here. I'm not too thrilled with what they're showing. Some strong assassins, and we will see Shy on the top lane Fizz.
You know, I wonder what they're going to pick for Captain Jack here as well, too, because there's not a lot of AD carry left. I think Lucian, yeah, probably the most viable option at the moment.
Yeah, just go for the bully lane if you're Captain Jack right now. Why not? You still have good poke with the Lucian, and you want to shut down this Vayne in the early game. I mean, the problem here for CJ, well, one among many, is that their wave clear in their side lanes is horrible. So if Jin Air is able to set up and siege early on and get the side lane towers down, it's going to be very difficult for CJ to stay in this. They have to just kind of win these skirmishes, win these duels, and get some picks.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if we've seen Shy play Fizz in the top lane yet.
No.
I feel like we haven't.
No,
Yeah,
we have not.
We have not. Okay, so, yeah, that's true, too. So Shy's Fizz debut up in top lane. We'll see how that one goes as well. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, if Jin Air gets separated, if CJ is able to find those isolated situations, they can certainly skirmish one-on-one. They can certainly get those picks. But Jin Air seemed very, very well prepared vision-wise last game. And if they just kind of follow that same plan, I feel like a lot of the danger...
All right, welcome to Summoner's Rift. CJEntus versus the Jin Air Green Wings. And the CJ fans, again, crushing the Jin Air fans in terms of cheers.
I'm really worried about CJ this game. This draft is really wacky. They're going to have to get a pretty substantial early game lead. And a lot of this is going to be up to ambition and how well he can gank and get these lanes rolling. They're going to put down some deep wards right now and try and farm up space on the Vayne. But remember, CJ, they do not have engage with this composition.
So you think CJ really wants a lane swap here? They want to stay out of the 2v2.
I don't. I mean, I wouldn't
so?
want to be in a Lucian Janna lane getting shot with Light Slinger in my face if I was Space. But
Light Singer in your face.
Light Slinger.
Light Slinger? That's what I said.
The Light Singer is. It's nice and ethereal as a.
That's right. The Sona song.
Yeah,
perhaps.
that's it.
Good save.
So. Well, looks like we are going to get the lane swap, actually. And Trace setting up the sapling start for GBM, so he gets that slight experience edge with the Death Ray. So CJ should be looking to freeze, but having this Fizz, Shy, of course, going for that Cinder Hulk build on Fizz, which is becoming more popular, but I just don't know about this. I mean, sure, the Heck Room was banned, but Shyvana would have given them some more substantial engage in this game, and they really have nothing. Like, they've got great secondary engage with the Fizz or with the Rek'Sai or even the Nautilus ultimate, but they're super reliant on like Fizz ult landing or a hook. It's really not a good place to be in if you're CJ.
Yeah. Well, like we said, they really need to find those small skirmishes. They can't really do those big team fights.
Jin Air also just going to be happy to kite right here. They don't have to engage.
Yeah, they can kind of play this the same way they did last time.
Huge amount of poke. They outrange CJ substantially. So they could just sit at an objective and poke forever until CJ can't do anything anymore, and then CJ's just going to have to leave.
Oh, and Jin Air, GBM is unbeaten on this Victor so far this season. So far in general.
Interesting. He played a couple of games with it earlier. Let me pull up that stat, actually, to see what's going on with him and the Victor.
I'm a little bit surprised, too, that Coco's LeBlanc win rate is so low, man. It was like 36%. That is... It's not a normal LeBlanc win rate.
He's had it banned against him so many times, though, also, if you remember.
Well, with his win rate, you gotta wonder why.
Well, just because he hasn't been winning on it doesn't mean that he's not a threat on that champion. We don't know what a lot of the environments look like in terms of scrims, so let me...
Hey, man, this isn't solo queue until next match. I'm just kidding. Next match should be pretty good, too. Maybe a bit one-sided, but it'll be good. It'll be good. Well, speaking of one-sided, Shy is going to have a really hard time in this 1v2. Yeah, look at all the poke.
And this is going to be GBM's third game on Victor, so not too much of an impressive statistic so far.
Amazing statistics.
2-0.
Wow.
Oh, my.
That's incredible. I've got to have a champion that I'm 2-0 on somewhere. Amazing statistics.
Okay, well, looks like the lane swap going okay so far. Madlife's still in the top side, actually. Ambition maybe wanting to make a play. They just want to get the Vayne fed, apparently, so that they can win that lane.
Yeah,
Trace
going in now. Trace knows something's up as Madlife walks forward. And are they going to get the knock-up dredge line? Yeah, they get in onto him. Trace forced to flash, so they get the summoner at least.
Yeah, that's still going to necessitate another gank right now in order to actually do something with Chaser on a Coco right there. Gets the mark down, but gets chained, so can't follow up with the pounce.
Now Coco just casually strolling away from that gank. That's the best kind of gank, you know. If you're being ganked and you just sort of walk peacefully away, it's not bad.
Certainly is not.
Yeah.
Unless you're the jungler trying to gank them, and then you just get angry, Doa.
Then it's just sad, yeah. See, you just got to play a jungler that can't happen on.
Vi every game.
Yep, Vi every game. Udyr, man, just speed boost all day.
Well, you're going to miss a lot of ganks if you're playing Udyr.
Jungle Twitch, they never see you coming.
Chaser's here. He's going to be seen by the Tremor Sense. Shy. Gonna dodge that right there. Not too threatening. They don't know that Ambition's in that. Oh, now they do.
Yeah.
You know that Ambition's in the brush now. Mark comes down, and it's going to be a push forward there for Shy. He's still going to get a decent amount of CS, however. And first recall coming in from Captain Jack. So the question is, it's pretty early actually to do that. Are they going to try and switch lanes right here?
Well, grabbing the pickaxe, and it looks like for now he's heading back down to bot, yeah. Okay. So just wanting to get a little bit of a power boost to perhaps poke even harder against Shy.
That is actually surprising. So they don't see Maokai anymore. CJ was a bit confused there. They were trying to see whether or not the Lucian was going back into the bottom side, but Maokai was remaining top, so they committed to top, but they nearly went bottom. So CJ definitely still wanting to have the Vayne freezing in this top side for as long as possible, keeping her out of that very scary Lucian lane. But they're giving up a lot of dragon control for this, and again, Fizz really weak to dives. I feel that if Jin Air sets this up properly, they can really punish this Fizz pick early on, because his choices are don't clear the wave with E, or try and clear it under the turret and then just immediately get dove.
Right. Yeah, once you use that playful trickster, there's really no more escape options aside from flash.
And I also just don't see a reason why you wouldn't fast push the tower right now. You went back, got the pickaxe, you have that extra damage. Go ahead, start putting the pressure onto CJ. Take out that turret and transition to an early dragon. I think this is definitely the best policy in this particular scenario. I mean, Shy hasn't even gone back yet. He has no combat stats.
Yeah, probably going to see things weigh a little bit more. Trace just tangling with space a little bit. The space Trace lane.
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
That Vamp Scepter, he's just going to heal right up off the minion wave.
Yep. Just sucking the life right out of those minions.
So everyone's seeing each other with some nice early wards right there. Madlife just poking his head in, had the safety in order to do that, knew that Victor wasn't going to be coming from the mid lane to stop him.
Oh boy, I thought if Madlife maybe got down there far enough, they could have tried to blow up Che, but
no, Chaser was right there behind him. If they had gone in on that, they would have died 100%. And they should know that Chaser was around too on that side of the map because of the blue buff timing. So Chaser actually is going to come back in for one final pounce, then hand it over to GBM's Victor. Takes it with a Q.
Yep. You got to have that shield, you know, in your backing, just for safety's sake. You never know when like an Ash arrow from another game will like come into yours and kill you or something, you know.
Nice protection on that pink ward, actually. So Coco not able to take that out thanks to Chaser's presence on the map. And that is really valuable. Ambition going to respond since he knows where Chaser is by taking the red buff in the top side of the map, but Chaser going to be doing the same thing.
And they will just trade buffs, it looks like. Oh, Captain Jack manages to dodge the dredge line. from Mad Life. Shy still trying his best to farm, but he's getting pretty far behind Trace as far as CS goes. Down about 13 at the moment.
And now Chaser coming around. And remember, Shy hasn't gone back to buy. He does have TP available. Will he actually make a play right here? They don't know that Chaser's there. It would be very dangerous for him to TP in, especially that Mad Life's zoned up the turret. Really good timing from Chaser to get there onto the tower. That's going to be a tier 1 killed, and Captain Jack going to get a near perfect freeze off of that as well.
Oh, not bad. Jin Air already pushing through some of these lanes. So now that that's gone, it looks like they're going to go after Dragon here.
They see ambition in the top side. They're going to take this objective for sure.
So where do you go after this? You know, where do you send Captain Jack and Che after this Dragon is gone?
Send him to a lane with another tier 1 and keep just turning on that pressure. Absolutely, you want to keep doing that. Bomby Cinder now done for Shy. So he may have a little bit of a hard time in that lane. No armor yet. And they do trade that tower for tower, so looks like they're just going to farm up a little bit, try and deny Shy as much as they can, because Trace is actually getting that big minion wave in top. I mean, that was, the tower went down, but they didn't have the resources to actually push the wave the other direction or push it all the way up to the tier 2. So Trace is going to have a lot of additional farm off of this wave that Shy simply isn't going to get. That's huge.
Yeah, look at that, already way ahead in gold.
Behind in levels, though, but that should even out shortly.
Shouldn't take too long, though. I mean, if you just sit with all those minions, yeah, you're going to get levels pretty quickly by yourself.
All right, Jin Air has a freeze on the tier 2 right now. They're going to be feeling very comfortable. Space is going to have to massively overextend in order to take this, and they guess they don't want... Oh, Shy. Recall delayed right there. Couldn't get too much off of that minion wave. Trace just continues to get all of this free farm in the top side. Space incredibly scared right now. They're trying to put down some wards. Ambition and Mad Life really having to help out to break this freeze.
Yeah, I'd be pretty worried about it too. Can you dive this? Not with Chaser coming up. Looks like they might want to try though. They turn on the Chaser. They had that ward to see the flank coming in. But looks like that ward's days are numbered. Gets taken out. Well, CJ at least able to put a little bit of pressure on. You know, despite getting that Maokai nice and fed, they were able to take one turret anyway.
Yeah, it's still a pretty bad situation for them because their composition just has so many troubles.
Uh-oh, Coco, speaking of troubles, goes back to the W. GBM right there, flashes out of the gravity field. Coco forced to use that summoner to make it out.
That's extremely helpful for GBM in that mid lane.
Yeah.
One less tool that Coco's going to be able to use to try and take him down in the 1v1.
Well, man, the all-in potential, even though GBM doesn't have Ignite, seems to have just jumped quite a bit.
Yeah, it's... I don't know how CJ wins with this composition. They just have to individually outplay people with these skirmish-based champions. I just don't see it actually occurring. It's such a long shot.
Space goes Super Saiyan, becomes Super Space, level 3, and 1v5s over and over again. I mean, it takes about 30 minutes to, but you know, after you announce you're going Super Saiyan before you do become Super Saiyan, we know from the show. So that fits in with the League of Legends timeline, game-wise, quite nicely.
Absolutely.
I think I've unlocked the whole strategy right there.
Well, they have to start shouting into the booth right now then.
That's right. If we open the door, it's soundproof, so if we open the door, we could hear Space going, you know, he's like got his fists clenched, like little pieces of dust and debris are starting to rise through the air around him. Coco getting that passive popped, but no kill yet for GBM.
GBM looking really comfortable in this matchup and very comfortable on Victor overall. And GBM's just a player that's had such a large champion pool this year, going from a guy who could play very few champions and a lot of them were really out of meta to somebody who has such a breadth. And that makes his Xerath picks even more confusing because you know he doesn't have to pick Xerath.
I don't know, man. I mean, he's got such a great champion pool, and he's got so many of these meta picks, but he's still, there's something not quite right upstairs, you know, for GBM. He's like, I need to play this Xerath. I need to play this Yasuo. So he knows, he learns the good champions. He just doesn't play them. I don't know. Something's a little bit off there.
Well, that's one of the weird things about Jin Air, right? Is that we know they're a good team, but sometimes they make it so incredibly difficult for them to win just based off of their perception of strategy. That I mean, I don't understand why they keep falling into these traps, because from the outside, it really looks pretty obvious.
Yeah. I mean, they're like me when I want to like play one of the new popular single-player games, and I set it to like the hardest difficulty right away. I'm like, I'm gonna conquer this, and then like 15 minutes in, I'm like, no, I should probably just go back to normal. That's how GBM is, you know. He wants to play it on the hardest difficulty, but you gotta accept that sometimes it's more important to win. Ambition coming up, they're trying to save this mid lane turret, and still taking a lot of damage. Ambition getting a bit locked up, gets very low. They're not able to hit him with the Chaos Storm. Wow, Trace comes in. First blood goes to Chaser anyway.
Yeah, Trace right there locking up Coco.
Yeah.
And then they were able to really easily just kind of
Run, Trace.
bounce Coco in with the Arcane Smash straight into a Nidalee Spear. Well played.
Yeah. Nice to get that first blood gold onto Chaser as well, too, and get this Nidalee a little bit more jump-started as far as damage goes. And not a lot of wave clear, like you mentioned earlier, so Jin Air able to take this mid lane turret pretty smoothly.
When Coco's dead, there is no way for CJ to defend turrets. Literally none. They have Vayne Fizz. This composition is just so bad from CJ that now they're just going to lose the entire map, basically, unless they can make some sort of crazy outplay or crazy picks. And given the quality of Jin Air's vision control tonight, that seems really unlikely.
See, this is why we just need to stop talking about how we think matches are going to go. You know, we were like, oh, it's going to be close. So inevitably, it's a 2-0. We need to just be like, at the start of every broadcast, there's some matches today. We have no idea what's going to happen. Like, champions will be picked, games will be played, kills will be made, ganks will happen. It's about all you can expect, reasonably.
I don't know. It's just odd because CJ in the first game, I think, had a very good comp and then played it really poorly. And in this game, they just lost in draft. And okay, you got the red buff. They're going to try and trade it for a tier 2 in the top side. I mean, this is a good call, considering that they need to get something done. Trace in trouble.
Oh boy, caught under turret, tries to twist advance away. Nice arcane smash, takes the damage. There's the ultimate from the Nautilus in space, able to pick up that kill. Nice turret aggro juggling as well, too. Nobody really taking a lot of damage aside from Ambition.
Yeah, but trading a dragon for a kill is nothing for Jin Air right now. It's a much better trade for Jin Air in the long run. They couldn't even get the tier 2 tower, but CJ just so desperate to make any kind of play at the moment that they just all pile onto the top side.
I mean, they got the kill onto space, but they're going to need a lot more than that to make this Vayne, you know, hard carry.
Well, this Vayne can't auto anybody because she's short range and Jin Air will kite them and they have no engage. So in a 5v5 teamfight space, actually getting in range to auto someone who's not Maokai is really unlikely.
What if they made an item that made like auto attacks pierce? You know, go through and to hit everything max range. Wouldn't that be awesome?
So you would get in melee range and then shoot the backline?
Yeah. That's right.
I see limited usefulness to
more
that item.
damage. It's exciting, man. It's an exciting idea. In my mind.
The problem with that is that if you actually wanted to get use out of that, you would have to play in melee range of their front line.
You know, it's too bad Annie didn't have her range that she used to. You could just go AD Annie and have like super long auto range. AD Lulu would be back in a big way.
Oh, jeez. Well, thank God. Well,
that'd be awesome.
CJ just trying to avoid Jin Air right now and play where they actually have more people on the map. So they're basically just attempting to trade objectives while they continue to farm, but Space Chaser's right behind right there.
Oh, Cam Jack unloading a full culling onto Space with Space flashes ahead. Wins the duel, gets that kill. Chaser's right there. Chaser, oh, condemned away. Space, can he get the 1v2? Oh, so close. But Chaser able to finish him off.
I mean,
it's nearly a great play from Space.
That's basically what CJ has to do to win this game. Space isn't wrong to do that right there. You might as well just try and straight up outplay people because that's what Vayne and LeBlanc and Fizz are going to allow you to do. And that's the only advantage that they have.
It was a nice try, Space. A+ for effort there. He got like 1 in 95% kills.
This would be a pretty rough loss for CJ as well. If they lose this game, they've won their last 2, or they've lost their last 2 0-2 each time.
Yeah, conversely, a very big win for Jin Air as well, who has been traditionally struggling with the better teams in this league.
So there we go. And there's just the tumble. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Does take the culling, flashes after Captain Jack, and just use that Vayne dueling power to win the game. And this one right there, there's a condemn. You see Space just trying to stay right on the edge of that Cougar range. Really close.
So close, man. Wow. You got to wonder if there weren't all those, if the minions had helped out a little bit more. I blame the minions.
Do you?
I do.
So you don't rage at your teammates, you rage at minions when you play solo queue?
Doesn't get me banned as often. Captain Jack having to flee the bot lane as the flank comes in perhaps for CJ. Looks like they might get this turret. They want to get the blue buff too.
I think that might be a little bit ambitious, and Chaser just going to leap in and help GBM take that with a smite. Really good transfer, actually. GBM picking up the buff.
Yeah, very smooth. Chaser has been very good on this Nidalee today.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah.
I'm just not a big fan of the pick, but Chaser's been playing it so well that he's been making it work.
It's interesting. I mean, after Cinderhulk was nerfed a bit, it opened up the possibility of some of these junglers that were popular before the patch to come back, and we have seen a bit of Lee Sin, and now we're seeing a little bit of Nidalee. It's only a matter of time until Jarvan appears, Monty.
What's weird is that Chaser didn't play Nidalee pre-Cinderhulk.
That is a bit odd.
He only picked up Nidalee this season.
You know,
kind of strange, but
on the other hand, that is a very Jin Air thing to do, to be like, you know what, we're not going to play these meta champions. We're going to come at you with Nidalee.
Yeah, they really struggled in Cinderhulk as well, and but they're a team like the Coup Tigers that looks to have finally found their footing again after being hit hard by the patch. And of course, I say that, and they still are playing Xerath, so Coco actually going to get hit by the Twisted Advance.
Yeah, I think he's in big trouble. Passive pop. Shay comes in to try to chase him down. There's a nice whirlwind. Oh, dodges it with the distortion, but GBM gets the kill with the auto attack anyway.
Nice comeback on that, and Jin Air just playing a very measured game.
Yeah, they look very calm, very methodical today. Yeah, I mean, in both of these games, it was a little bit closer in game number 1, but Jin Air never really seemed to be frantic at any point.
Indeed, they have not been, and now they're just going to use that poke advantage.
Well, like you said, with Coco dead, it's hard to defend this turret.
There's nothing they can do.
Yep. So much damage.
CJ has given themselves an opportunity to play this game with zero counterplay to what Jin Air is forcing on them at the moment.
Hard mode. Ultra hard mode.
Ultra hard mode indeed.
Nightmare mode.
Well, Coco's back up now, so maybe they can save the tower. And yeah, that's going to prompt Jin Air just to go back, but taking a lot of damage on that turret. There's the dragon up in 15.
I was going to say, they can just grab this dragon on the way out, clearing some wards along the way, and CJ, you know, again, still not in a position where they can really fight this. Ooh, nice damage there.
Wow,
Do
that
they not
ward,
see that ward?
Nope, it was on the edge of the scanner range.
I guess so. Oh, Coco comes in for some poke, but gets poked really hard in return.
Not even worth it. GBM hit him much harder, actually absorbed some of that damage with the shield. So definitely not worthwhile. I'm sure they're confused as to how they were actually seen there, however.
A little bit. Oh, Shy coming down. Jin Air needs to be a little bit careful here, but they've already got CJ poked a bit. There's more coming in from GBM's Victor. Dragon doing some damage.
Jin Air doesn't have to start the dragon right now.
No,
they could just poke forever.
Yeah. And that's what they're doing. Let the dragon reset. Coming in, poking a little bit. And meanwhile, that mid lane turret might go down. Oh, never mind, they're going to go in. Ambition taking some damage. That does pull space away from the mid lane turret, too. So by putting on that pressure, they do take some off of the mid lane. They're just going to go up and save the turret, prioritizing that a little bit more, I guess.
There's no pushing power on the CJ team, so basically they set up a really long push right there onto the mid lane turret, which is just cleared instantly by a victory.
Yeah. Victory. That's what GBM has today.
Well, he's got one so far. Let's see if he can go for the double victory, and there we go. GBM gets jumped on.
Yeah, he does. Doesn't take a lot of damage because of that shield, though. Now starting to get a little bit low, though. Got to be careful. Culling comes in. A lot of damage done by Captain Jack. Coco very low as well, trying to escape here. A kill for Ambition, but a double kill conversely for the jungler on CJ. Chaser picks up a couple. Flash from Ambition to dodge that spear. Shy so low, you can't really do much about this. Space still decent health, but again, how do you get close enough to do damage with this Vayne? You can't.
Can't.
Yeah. So I didn't even need you to answer that one. I knew the answer to that one myself. You can't. There goes Dragon number 3 in favor of the Jin Air Green Wings.
Yeah, Ambition now just pushing the top lane, doing all they can to take something for this. They realize that they've had pretty good side wave control this game. Gonna try and push that into the turret. Trace back up right now, though, and Victor already running to the tier 2. So it's just, they get a small amount of damage now onto a tier 2 turret. Ambition gonna come away with a red buff as well, but that's about it. And CJEntus is playing much better this game. I mean, the fact that they've been able to stay relatively even so far and actually put pressure on cross-map objectives, because it's the only thing their composition can do, is impressive. But at the same time, it's just, they're so far behind just after the draft.
You just know there's going to be a point, though, where Jin Air is going to be like, all right, we're going to take Baron now. They're going to group up. They're going to poke out CJ. They're going to take it. And then, unless a miracle happens,
holy
the
cow,
objectives are going to go down.
Chaser is so rich as well. He had 2,200 gold right there. He's going to start working into a Luden's Echo, just like last game. And the poke damage is absolutely insane. And there's not even a sign so far, not even a little hint, an inkling of an Aegis on the side of CJ.
Rumors on the wind of an Aegis
have been greatly exaggerated. No one's picking one up, and against the magic damage coming in from Jin Air, that's going to be a pretty necessary item that is nowhere near completion.
Yep. And Trace getting understandably tanky as well, with everything he's been able to acquire so far this game. Yomu was picked up by Captain Jack as well, too. I'm not sure quite how long he's had that, but it's a big item to get on Lucian.
Yeah, and it's just magnifying his poke damage.
Yep.
Absolutely perfect item to get with this team composition that they're running right now. Oh boy, so Shy actually going to be going Cinder Hulk into Trinity Force, but this is such an expensive item build on Shiv, or on Fizz rather, that you're on Shiv. I was looking at the static Shiv on Space right there, but on Fizz that it's going to be forever until he finishes it. Shy going to smite away the Gromp, but gets chased out anyway by Trace.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta wonder by the time Shy is able to really do anything on this Fizz, if it's already gonna be too late.
Well, Jin Air too, look at this, they already have 3 dragons. I mean, the clock is ticking on that objective as well. And CJ, that means CJ has to engage them at the dragon, but they can't engage. So, they can't really do anything. They need some sort of massive individual outplay. Just colossal carrying from somebody to come back in this.
I mean, at least they've got champions that are capable of doing that. You know, Vayne, LeBlanc, Fizz, all champions capable of making those big, amazing plays.
Yeah, if they have items.
That does generally help, yeah, that's true.
Really need a lot more items in order to be able to do that. Captain Jack just going to sit there with heals from Chaser, so he's able to walk forward and clear that wave. Jin Air just playing very, very patiently right now. Defending their turrets, making sure they can keep those up, and then they can transition later on into just winning the game off of Dragon. No need to be hasty, no need to overcommit, just sit there.
Yep. Oh, Shy going in onto Trace, but Chase is right there as well. He's going to turn on ult onto Trace. There's a little bit of damage here. Shy is still in a lot of trouble, gets taken out pretty easily. One last playful Trickster, and there's a kill for Chaser. Make that 5-0-0 for this Nidalee now.
Got 5 of his team's 6 kills. Now that is a problem.
Yeah, oh boy. Captain Jack knocked up, but Che right there to help him out. Turret will go down, but the 2v3 chase is on. GBM trying to get there as well. He's just going to start that recall as Coco comes in. Captain Jack in a little bit of trouble. Oh, GBM cancels that recall, forces the distortion back from Coco.
It was a good play from CJ. They responded with 4 people when they knew that there were just There were 2 on the bottom side, so a maximum of 3 on the top side of the map right there to finally chip down the last tower. But that was a lot of time for a tower that had like 1/6 the HP left.
Yeah, they were able to really get a lot out of that.
Chaser is so rich. Holy cow.
I wonder if he can pick up that Ludens when he backs here.
I think he must be really close.
1400,
Nope.
it's a little ways off yet, yeah.
He's trying to get a needlessly large rod before the next team fight, so that's why he's sprinting through the jungle right now. He really would like to pick that up.
Well, it's only 1500, right? Or 1600?
1600.
1600, yeah. So he could probably pick that up within a second or two.
If he had had any camps that hadn't been cleaned out by Ambition, he would be able to. He's going to have to go for the top wave instead, but that's not going to be quite so good for him. Trace and Captain Jack going after Shy right now. Shy has to Playful Trickster and ult to make sure that he doesn't get nailed.
Coco going after GBM, doing a little bit of damage there, but it looks like Shy getting caught yet again, taking out Captain Jack with a kill there.
Yeah, Trace flashed for that one, and after the Playful Trickster's down on this Fizz, he's running Smite, so doesn't have any more movement summoners. That's it.
Pretty much. And now it's time for the Baron. With Shy out of the way, yeah, they find a ward there, but there's not a whole lot that CJ can do about this. They're going to try to put some pressure on. Jin Air can kind of bait this all day when it's a 5v4, though.
Well, they certainly can, and they should just go for the Dragon right now. Get that number 4.
Yep.
Play safely. You're in a great position to do that. Shy has TP, but as long as you put down some of your wards.
And they are. Oh, Coco kind of off on his own, which is a little bit threatening because you can kind of pop over the wall and poke a little bit, but they have the ward. They know where he's going. Coco tries to come in from the side to do damage to GBM. Here comes the teleport from CJ as well. Everybody pretty grouped up. Mad Life comes in. Captain Jack managed to get the kill on Ambition, though, before anything really starts. Trace gets out with his life, and now Jin Air just kiting backwards just like we saw last game. Got a kill, backed off a little bit, and if they end up needing to give up this Dragon, which I don't think they will, they'd still be fine. Yeah,
No.
They don't even need to give it up.
Trace is just going to go back, and he has that TP. If he needs to come back in, he's going to use it immediately. He's going to try and cut off the exit, actually.
Teleport coming in, trying to catch people, gets condemned back, though. Chaser.
Yeah, they just need to back off. Just go for the Dragon. No need to get extra kills at the moment. You're going to get what you came here to do.
Yep, that's right. Well, like you said, don't be hasty. They have to play it. They have to play what I call the Hobbit strategy, which is just stay home and farm. That works.
It's a good day.
No adventures for Jin Air.
Well, they're going to have to take some sort of monster slaying adventure like any good Hobbit will at some point, though. They're going to need to kill that Dragon one more time.
Eventually you do. Eventually you do. The B in GBM now stands for Bilbo, apparently. Gank by Bilbo.
You mean gank Bilbo, Mom?
I don't know if anyone wants to do that. I don't know. You never know. I won't judge. Either way, farming. That's the key. Farming and drinking elixirs, if you know what I mean.
Sure. Anyway.
I'm talking about beer.
Oh, Gragas isn't in this game.
Well, he drinks like wine usually, though.
I think it depends on what skin he's wearing, actually.
Yeah, it's
Champagne.
True. Sometimes it can be a keg.
Yep. The biker Gragas definitely has a keg of beer.
He definitely doesn't carry on. Maybe box wine, but not not a barrel of wine. Oh, Chaser gets grabbed by that dredge line, knocked up, a lot of damage. He's gonna get taken out. A kill comes in for Coco. CJ got their pick. Can they get anything more? Coco comes in on the Captain J, able to poke a Captain J.
Captain J.
Captain J. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I give up. I used it all up on that Hobbit thing.
All right, they're going to start the Baron. I mean, they have to do this. This is the one thing that they've got going for them, besides this great side wave control. And they're going to go in on it.
They're not going to try to allow this. They take out Mad Life really quickly. Ambition knocked up. Coco trying to find some damage. Trace getting a bit low, but Ambition lower himself now. Space. Oh, gets very low. Taken out by Trace. And Jin Air able to win that fight. Baron not really a big threat there. Getting a couple more kills. And now they can kind of do whatever they want. They can probably take out this tier 2 in mid if they'd like.
I think this has to be the worst team composition we've seen this season, Dilla.
It's not. It doesn't work. It does not work.
It just doesn't function. That was a 4v5, And you saw in the last fight, Ambition had already used his flash to get the Unburrow engage, which is a pretty bad engage in the first place. And in that fight, he could do nothing at all. Mad Life just got destroyed instantly, and no one else was able to do damage. Space was in the middle of the fight, but the Monsoon onto Captain Jack meant it was very easy for Jin Air to clean up. Coco's just going to sit here and get soloed by Trace.
I guess Maokai can do that, huh? And so, empowered recall. A total recall, if you will. And Jin Air primed to win the game.
Take a look at this. Remember, this is a 5v4. They haven't taken that much damage. Mad Life goes down instantly. And then Captain Jack. Look how there is zero threat on Captain Jack this entire time. He is standing within melee range of Vayne and Fizz.
Yep.
And they can't do anything at all.
Got that Bloodthirster now, too, so good luck, CJ.
I mean, he hasn't even had to build armor or armor penetration this game. Because why? Why would he? Shy is trying to build a Trinity Force right now. Ambition is just going to get kited and killed by the front line. That's it. What other threat is there?
The threat of like their computers turning off in the regame.
That's about it. That is CJ's hope at this point.
Yep. Not exactly what you want to place your hopes in. They've got like Secret Agent Mach Noon back there, like chewing on the wires, you know. He'll try.
All right. Well, now that there's a Baron up, and the lack of wave clear is extremely real from CJ, they're probably just gonna lose a bunch of towers. And to CJ's credit, they're going for a ride.
That was a very far twisted advance. Trace making it back. There is one inhibitor down, and more sure to follow.
CJ has done such a good job this game of controlling the side waves. You can tell that they're a good team. They just don't have tools to actually win this game.
Maybe they thought that Jin Air was going to pick Xerath. They're like, we're going to pick a bad comp because we know they're going to do an even worse job of picking a mid laner.
No, they picked Victor in the first round of the draft on red side. They knew both solo lanes in the first round of the draft. Maokai Victor were the first two picks on red side from Jin Air. There is no excuse.
I've got nothing then.
For this stinker of a composition that has come out of CJ.
Wow. Uh-oh. Well, Space is there as well, too. Condemns Trace into the wall. Trace follows up with that twisted advance. And meanwhile, well, Coco able to take this mid lane tier 2, but I mean, Jin Air can kind of just keep pushing.
I mean, they are doing a good job. They took all 3 tier 2s against Baroned up Jin Air. They took 2 of them against Baroned up Jin Air.
It's been awkward, no doubt. I think Jin Air's just tired of it. They're like, all right, we're just gonna.
Jin Air's doing the right thing. Just ignore the split pushing because you know they can't possibly win with it, and take their inhibitors.
And they can't really stop that wave clear. Fizzult tried, attempted, missed. Oh, kill already on Mad Life. Tried to get him in from the side. Culling takes a big chunk out of a Shy and Space.
He got
Coco
Jack.
managed to get Captain Jack. Wow. Well, he's gone now. GBM took that kill, and it looks like this one's about over.
You know you're in trouble when you have to start thinking about flanking with Nautilus.
Yeah.
There's a Banner of Command minion as well, because nobody could take that minion out on the side of CJ if it's knocking on an inhibitor turret. They can take it out now, but...
Yeah, that's right. Well, I don't know. I feel like they picked the wrong support for CJ because this game is certainly going to be not a loss.
Oh, God.
There you go. That was terrible, wasn't it? Kill for
just
Fizz.
Gonna die to turret right there.
Nice, that's fun. Oh, Mad Life grabs a chaser with the dredge line. Let's play a game called Lose Our Baroned Up Carries and then delay the game.
Usually, that's Najin's favorite game normally.
That's true, yeah. They've been studying at the OQ dojo of late game throwing, I guess.
Wow, and now they may actually lose this dragon as well, depending on how fast Captain Jack can hoof it. Coco's still in the base though, Space not up, so it looks like they will get dragon number 5.
Oh, yep. Captain Jack should be able to get back in time.
This is a very puzzling series from CJ tonight.
It's getting a bit sad. It's getting a little bit like I'm worried you're going to go home and cry into your pillow about this one here.
It's very odd. Certainly not up to CJ's normal caliber. They're going to try and they have to try and take this dragon. It's their only choice.
Well, it would be the 5th dragon for Jin Air, so it is literally do or die for CJ right now. Culling comes in. Mad Life takes a lot of damage. Dragon getting low. Here comes Jin Air. Can they get it? No, they don't. Shy picks up the dragon. CJ has to disengage. They got to get out of here. People are low. Madlife on the run, gets caught by that twisted advance, taken out by Chaser. So enjoy your single dragon, CJ. It may be the last thing you ever do.
TP coming in from Maokai. They're going to catch a runner right here, either Shy or Space.
Yeah, right onto Space there. Space able to cleanse out of it, but the knockup comes in, catches Shy as well too. Chaser and Che helping Trace take out people on CJ. Oh, Trace very low, but Captain Jack right there for the kills. They're going to get the revenge onto Coco there. Wow, in vain. Space able to actually take out Chaser. So CJ, again, they're doing okay. They're fighting well, but at such a disadvantage. Double kill for Captain Jack, and this one's got to be over.
Yeah, they've got the super minions pushing in. They've got a huge minion wave in the mid lane.
Yeah.
They're going to use that banner of command and have it taken out immediately by Space, but it tanks enough to get the damage down onto a Nexus turret. Now they're trying to just kite back a little bit. They can take this last inhibitor. No need to. Nope, they're going to go for the Nexus, I guess.
Yeah, that's
They have
right.
a Lich Bane.
Yeah, why not? Okay, here we go. Well, that helps too. That's a lot of burst onto Space. There's the ult from Che just to keep GBM healthy. Gonna chase Shy back there a little bit. Madlife on his own is not gonna win this game. Another double kill for Captain Jack. And Jin Air able to come in. And 2-0 CJEntus, pretty